Imagine if a hypercane formed in the Atlantic Ocean tomorrow? 66 million years ago, an asteroid struck Earth, causing the extinction of the dinosaurs. But scientists have struggled to understand how the asteroid's impact in one spot could cause the death of a species worldwide. In 1995, MIT lecturer, Dr. Cary Emanuel, proposed that the missing link could be a hypercane. This massive, dangerous storm would have the power to inject vast amounts of water and aerosols into the atmosphere, changing its chemistry and damaging the ozone layer. This would make the environment and climate unsuitable for life. We'll get to that a bit later. But let's start from the beginning. A regular hurricane needs warm ocean waters and some kind of disturbance in the atmosphere. Think 26°C for at least 45 meters below the surface and lots of wind. This creates enough energy to speed up the water's cycle of evaporating, rising, cooling and condensing into thunderstorm clouds. The more the water evaporates, the faster the winds become, forming a swirling storm. The Saffir-Simpson scale categorizes hurricanes based on their speed. It starts with a Category 1 hurricane, which ranges from 119 to 153 km per hour and goes up to a Category 5, with wind speeds of 251 km per hour or stronger. To give you an idea of how bad that is, Hurricane Katrina, one of the deadliest in history, was a Category 5 hurricane. It struck the United States Gulf Coast with winds of around 280 km per hour, leaving almost 2,000 people dead. And it came with a heavy price tag. It caused more than $125 billion in damages. And a hypercane would be at least 4 times worse than that. According to Dr. Emanuel's theory, it could have wind speeds of up to 804 km per hour. And the size would be almost 50 km tall and 4,000 km wide. That's nearly as large as the US, so how could this happen? Time to go back to that asteroid. If an asteroid 12 km wide, which is as big as the one that killed the dinosaurs, struck the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, it would heat the water up to 50 C. That amount of energy could form a hypercane in less than 48 hours. So brace yourself. If the asteroid caught us off guard, and there were planes in the air, the hypercane could throw them off course as it formed. The pilots would need to hold on tight as they struggled through extreme turbulence to find a place to land. For you on land, unless you had an underground shelter, it would be nearly impossible to survive. And even if you did have a shelter or were far away from the storm, you'd better have an indoor farm set up and enough power to last for years to come. Earth, as we know it, would be destroyed. The protective ozone layer that shields us from radiation would probably be gone, too. If you dared to step outside, you'd need to be fully covered. Otherwise, you could develop skin cancer. But that's the least of your problems. The intensity of the sun's radiation would make photosynthesis impossible for smaller plants.